All right, we are live. Hello, and welcome to the Punk Rock Libertarians Podcast, episode 558. I am Jared, the internet anarchist, and I'm here today with Alex Schlegel, the Min-Fascist Caucus chairman.
New caucus, join in. Just a minimal amount of fascism.
Just enough to get the job done.
Yeah.
And James Babb, the paranoid crypto hootie.
So good to be with you guys.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's been a wild week. Sounds like we may be getting some version of the Epstein files. It remains to be seen how heavily redacted that's going to be.
Oh, I'm sure people are going to be going to jail any day now.
Well, there is a let me pull this up here. There is a Polymarket market for who will be named in newly released Epstein files.
Oh,
What does it mean to be named in the file and newly released? Like, there's so many vagueness. I'd like to bet on that.
I mean, I assume it's whatever files have not yet been released that are supposed to be released in this upcoming release. And I'm guessing name just means like their name appears in there. So we've got at the top of the list, it's David Koch. And they're putting that at a 62% chance right now.
Interesting.
Then there's Ehud Barak. He's at 61. There's David Copperfield, the magician.
The magician?
Yeah. There must be something that I don't know about. I don't know this
Hey,
story.
come on, look. If Noem Chomsky is there, why not David Copperfield?
Larry Page of Google, 53. Alec Baldwin at 42.
I mean,
Tony Blair at 40.
I think Alec Baldwin is such a jerk that they wouldn't even invite him to Epstein's Island.
I mean, that's pretty high, 42.
I think I'd bet against that because I feel like he's so unpopular that no way they're going to invite him to weird child sex slave parties.
Yeah. Tony Blair, 40%.
Plausible.
Stephen Hawking, I feel like we've already gotten. I'm surprised he's only at 36, but
Well, he was already named in something.
yeah. So I guess they don't expect him to be named again. Michael Jackson at 36.
No.
I mean, was he alive during this time period?
I mean, how long was he doing this for?
Quite a while.
Since like the 80s?
I'm not sure.
Jamie Dimon, he's the
BlackRock or no?
no, not BlackRock. He is Bank of America, I think.
Shit, hang on.
Henry Kissinger.
Oh, wouldn't that be great to see Henry Kissinger's? It turns out he,
Yeah. Oprah Winfrey at 30%.
Oh, J.P. Morgan Chase.
That's what it is, yeah. Joe Biden, 26. Robert Downey Jr., 22.
Oh,
Elon
not
Musk.
Iron Man. Seriously, Iron Man?
I wonder why these people are on here. Some of these people, at least.
Because somebody put it on there and started betting on it. That's why.
But I mean,
Right.
it's got 470. Oh, it's only $473 on this guy. So, yeah, we can probably ignore that. Musk, 22. Barack Obama, $62,000 on him.
No. Barack and Big Mike.
Tom
Can you
Hanks.
combo? Can you combo?
I feel like they just
You
put
know,
everybody.
I feel like I should just go in there and bet against everyone because no one of significance is going to be revealed. So,
Is there parlays? I wonder. Could
like
you?
Leonardo
Well, I bet
DiCaprio, no way.
Your best odds are than David Koch. You put down 42 cents. You would get 66 or 60. No, 56 or 58. 58.
I'm tempted to go in and just put $10 on everyone as no.
Do it.
JV.
AOC is on here.
AOC.
Somebody put $238 down on AOC.
Just open,
Just open.
how would she even get on there? Why would they even invite her?
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
I mean, maybe if she
Maybe
was
they want
one
a
of the-
big booty Latina.
I mean, maybe if she was one of the child prostitute victims,
right. Well, they're supposed to be redacting all the victims though, so they won't be named.
Okay, then. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
well, I'm glad. You know what? You know what I'd like to see is like, what are the odds of like Mossad taking any heat for this?
There is
No.
there is one for that actually.
I mean, will it? It's like all of this talk. I feel like it's going to be so disappointing because they're going to probably hang some people out there. Everyone's going to be like, "Oh, the victims." Even Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's posing with the victims. It's all about the victims, like these young girls that got raped. I'm with you. They
So
deserve
there's-
justice. But
that
if you're not talking about the victims in Iraq of like the million people that got killed as a result of the blackmail, you're not really talking about the victims here. Like the real victims, we're talking millions and millions of people that died or even, and then 10 times that displaced over the wars that were caused by Israel blackmailing the government. Like there's the story, so, okay. Epstein,
I mean, I don't know if that explains all of it. I mean, I think some of these people are just war hungry war hawks. I think it's letting them off the hook to say that they're all blackmailed, honestly. I mean, you think like Dick Cheney was
right. They're not all blackmailed. There's also just profits on the contracts.
Right.
That's a given.
That's the main thing. But yeah, there is.
So it's a combination of bribes and blackmail.
Yeah.
Fine. But I think it's pretty clear that this Epstein, this operation is, it was to make politicians and media and other academia, other people in power
To go along with the program.
go along with it. Yeah.
So there is a market for Epstein or Maxwell confirmed Mossad operatives in 2025.
And what does it mean by confirmed?
I think they mean like
confirms
officially
these things?
confirmed. Yeah.
What by who? Was Mossad going to be like, yep, he was ours?
The market
Sorry.
will resolve to yes if previously unreleased evidence definitively confirming that either Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell were Mossad operatives is made public by December 31st, 2025.
Definitive. Again, it's so vague.
By
I don't even know
11:59 p.m. Eastern.
like who decides
So,
these things.
If
like
it breaks at
The
midnight,
resolution source
you're
for this
screwed.
market will be a consensus of credible reporting.
what's credible report? Is this like if CNN?
you heard
says
it
it's
first
true,
here on PRL.
Like if CNN says it's true, now we'll like it has to be like a mainstream.
I have a
media
little bit
thing.
more faith in Polymarket than that, man. But
I don't know how these things work. It's one thing when you're betting on like a sports game outcome.
yeah. I mean, there's obviously certain things that are like, who's going to be the president? Like, that's pretty clear,
Right.
right? Unless it's like, oh, fake president. Like, who's really the president? That whole thing. But
Well,
yeah.
you know what? These things are very telling, and kind of shows where at least there's an interest in the topic. I mean, how long? I mean, we've known about this Mossad connection for years and years, right?
Right.
Like the fact that people are willing to talk about it now, at least a little bit. I still feel like it's going to be the whole Mossad and CIA connection thing is just going to get buried under all the other headlines and stories about the children and about the celebrities and the horrible crimes, and all that's going to be big news. But the blackmail, will be barely touched.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not. Probably not touched.
But here we are. I mean, we'll give it the punk rock libertarian bump.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, it was, Massey was the one of the main sponsors of this bill to force the release, so whatever that's worth. Oh, there was one guy. Oh man, there was one guy that voted against it. I feel like we should place a bet on that guy being in there. let me look at it.
It's probably just his donor, right? Like the funny thing is, like, I mean, just the timeline is hysterical. If somebody could put it together, like first Trump campaigned on releasing the Epstein files, right? Like, wasn't that a big part of, like, can you believe Biden is hiding this? Like, we're going to get this, there's going to be justice.
Yeah.
Then he gets elected, and then he's like, okay, we're releasing the Epstein files, and he brought in those TikTok influencers and gave them that binder, and
the Trapper Keeper.
The binder.
Like, they all
right,
came
and
out
then
with like, ew.
that turned out to be total bullshit. And then everyone's like, but what? And they're like, oh, it's just phase 1. And like phase 2, of course, never happens. And they're like, but what? And then, oh, what do you mean the Epstein files? You're still talking about that? That's a Democratic hoax. That's blah blah blah. That's not even real.
Right.
Oh, okay. And now, and then Massey comes out. He finally gets the vote. He scrapes up the vote. They close Congress they close the government to avoid the vote. Finally, there's so much pressure. They're going to win the vote. And then Trump comes out and be like, I've always wanted the files released. Of course I support this.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think that is? Do you think it's just going to end up just being so heavily redacted that he's not worried about it, or he was never in it to begin with, or like whoever his donor?
I think the vote was unavoidable. I think, or public sentiment was demanding something happen, and so he had to be like, okay, I'm the one that's going to make it happen. Now I'm the guy. I'm the one saying release it. But they're never going to release anything that's really damaging. They're just not going to do it. Whether it's redacted, or they just refuse, or they don't, or they just edit it, or they're just not going to do it. Nobody.
How are we going to know if they? How are we going to know if they do or they don't? Right? Like,
we won't know.
I mean, unless it really has some people in there where you're like, damn, okay, like Oprah. Like shit, they're going to throw Oprah under the bus. All right.
That would be fun. I mean, I'd like to see, like, what are the odds, instead of saying who's going to be named, I want to see, like, who goes to jail bets. Like, well, who will go to jail over Epstein?
Right.
Over all this trafficking. Like, I don't care if you're mentioned. Will there be
are these files going
to justice?
Like, are these files going to be proof of anything? Are they going to be like, receipts for like child prostitution? How are they even gonna? Okay, you went to Epstein's Island. Like, that's not a crime, right?
But it shouldn't. I mean, if you were Melinda Gates, right? That's enough evidence for your divorce, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying it's gonna be hard to throw people in jail without solid evidence.
Yeah, without an actual prosecution that wants justice for these things, which does not exist. Everything we see is just a public relations event, scripted and rewritten as required by a changing, angry populace.
Right.
I like the fact that these people are getting called out on it. Like, if you're one of these people that was opposing it, they should be embarrassed by it. But let's see where it goes.
Plant-based says it'll just be a humiliation ritual, no jail time.
Yeah, I like this tweet.
A few sacrificial lambs, right? Larry Summers. Oh no.
But it's like, I mean,
never teaching another lesson at Harvard.
Yeah, we already have so much evidence against these people. The flight logs, the testimonies. Like, there's so much, right? With zero consequence.
Well, I mean, there's literally a painting of Bill Clinton in the fucking temple, the Epstein temple, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I'm sure.
But no one, like, he's not being brought in by the FBI for questioning.
Of course not.
I like this.
It's such a joke.
This solid tweet. It got huge traction. Clint Russell put this out here, and it's so true. It's like the questions that nobody's asking. I don't know why I'm boomering and I can't bring it up here.
Which do I have the link? Do you want me to pull it up?
No, I got you. So yeah, you guys see it now? No, I'll pull it up. Hang tight there, but I'll read it. It said basically, Speaker Johnson again says that Epstein disclosures will damage national security again. I asked which nation and why was child trafficking ring being utilized for security?
Yeah, who's asking that question?
Clint Russell. I mean, this was Speaker Johnson said that the Epstein disclosure will damage national security.
Wasn't Clint Russell a Trump supporter?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I don't But I mean, no, he's just bringing up the fact that like Speaker Johnson is saying this could damage national security.
Yeah, well, it's a key question. Why is this a national security? And it's not the first time it came up. The reason that, right? Remember, we got that statement about. Remember when Epstein was prosecuted, and he got like a total hand slap over a prostitution thing. Like it was early on. It was like a house arrest. He got this like super lightweight treatment, and when they were questioned about it, said, well, we were told he was connected to intelligence, so we backed off.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Speaker Johnson again says the Epstein disclosures will damage national security. Again, I ask, which nation and why was a child trafficking ring being utilized for security?
Nobody's going to ask these questions above Clint Russell's level. You know what I mean? Right. It is the right question to ask.
Yeah. And also, what nation? Our nation? Or, I don't know, the people like Ghislaine Maxwell. Look at who her father was. Look at Epstein. Oh, no idea where he got his money. You know, how did he come into like these circles? Right? How did he infiltrate into like, how are some of the world's leaders and presidents and, you know, how does he, where's this money coming from? What's his background? So what nation? And we see we're one nation ruled by a certain Middle Eastern country. Like, so what nation? What national security? I mean, we all know Congress has paid for it and compromised.
Well, they are worried that the narrative is shifting away.
That's the thing. And I think that's ultimately what they've lost the plot. The whole Israel propaganda. I mean, the only people support, I mean, you see it. I mean, just go on Twitter. The algorithm is ridiculous. But all these just Israel influencers, and they're just either paid bots or it's not they're paid. And the fact that it's like highlighted on the algorithm all the time, and then you hear all these people, oh, anti-Semitism is on the rise. Why? Because we're questioning the fact that a foreign country has so much influence on our Congress and has so much influence on our foreign policy, and not just recently, but for the longest time. They've lost the plot. And they're doubling down. And that's what they're scared of.
Jared, can you play that video from the Obama speechwriter? Because this to me really demonstrates that the narrative is changing and how they're responding to it. Like this woman she was Obama's speechwriter, and she's lamenting the changes. And it's just neat to hear it from her perspective, because she's horrified by certain facts that we will probably celebrate.
So she's speaking.
I think that since October 7th, but really before then, there have been huge shifts in America on how people think about Jews and Israel. And I think that is especially true of young people. So we are now wrestling with a new, I think, generational divide here. And I think that's particularly true in that social media is now our source of media. And this, it used to be that the media you got in America was American media, and it was pretty mainstream. It generally didn't express extreme anti-Israel views. You had to go to a pretty weird bookstore to find global media and fringe media. But today, we have social media, which is a global medium. Yeah. Right? It is shaped, its algorithms are shaped by billions of people worldwide who don't really love Jews. And so while in the 1990s, a young person probably wasn't going to find Al Jazeera or someone like Nick Fuentes, today those media outlets find them. They find them on their phones. It's also this increasingly post-literate media, less and less text, more and more videos. So you have TikTok just smashing our young people's brains all day long with video of carnage in Gaza. And this is why so many of us can't have a sane conversation with younger Jews, because anything that we try to say to them, they are hearing it through this wall of carnage. So I want to give data and information and facts and arguments, and they are just seeing in their minds carnage, and I sound obscene.
Okay, pause it there.
Like deny your own eyes. Like listen to my facts and statistics.
Yeah.
Like don't find that child that has its legs blown off. That's like lying under a pile of rubble, but like I've got the data.
she sounds obscene. Did she say? She's like, she's trying to give the Hasbro talking points, and it sounds obscene because people have seen the video with their own eyes. And this is the gigantic problem for her. This is why they bought TikTok. Exactly why.
That's why they wanted to ban it. And then it's like, well, we can't ban it. Now we'll just buy it.
But I mean it's optimistic what she's saying about like the younger folks, the younger Jewish folks that are tired of this shit. They're tired of being connected to this genocidal regime.
No, she was just I think she was just talking about overall. Or was she speaking of overall younger generation or strictly?
She said Jewish. Hold on, let's go back here.
Jews, because anything. And this is why so many of us can't have a sane conversation with younger Jews.
Younger Jews.
Because anything that we try to say to them, they are hearing it through this wall of carnage. So I want to give data and information and facts and arguments, and they are just seeing in their minds carnage. And I sound obscene.
Yeah, my
and you know, I think unfortunately,
like, that's what
the
she
very
said.
smart, I think, bet that we made on Holocaust education to serve as anti-Semitism education, in this new media environment, I think that is beginning to break down a little bit. Because Holocaust education is absolutely essential. But I think it may be confusing some of our young people about anti-Semitism because they learn about big, strong Nazis hurting weak, emaciated Jews.
Okay, pause it right there.
And then they think, oh, anti-Semitism.
They're doubling down on the fact that, like, all right, now we got to run with the Holocaust narrative. We got to run with that again. We got to,
No, she's saying that doesn't. She's saying that doesn't work.
Narrative. Because it's made people think that all Holocausts are bad. And that's a problem, right? We've done so much of a job explaining why Holocausts are bad. Now they're criticizing us for being for implementing a Holocaust. Like, this is literally what she's saying.
Wow, this is
they've
lost
like
the plot.
Anti-black racism, right? Powerful white people against powerless black people. So when on TikTok all day long they see powerful Israelis hurting weak, skinny Palestinians, it's not surprising that they think, oh, I know, the lesson of the Holocaust is you fight Israel. You fight the big, powerful people hurting the weak people.
Their own anti-Holocaust propaganda has backfired. I can't believe she's even saying that out loud.
Wow. It's true. I mean, since I think, the whole January 7th, ultimately that's why they took out Charlie Kirk. I mean, that's just been, how quickly has that story just been erased, or just not erased, but just memory hold and all the anomalies and everything and just all of that. But, because he was asking the questions after October the 7th. I mean, Netanyahu was highly unpopular. And then as this war and genocide basically continued on in Gaza, they're completely lost, and they're doubling down, and you see it on Twitter with all these paid actors and bots and all these paid influencers for Israel, just to double down on the propaganda. But it just doesn't work anymore. And I think they realized, like, that before January 7th, that the narrative
January
was shifting.
7th,
or not January 7th, October the 7th. Sorry. I'm like getting all these dates, but that's what I mean. Like, I just think and you see it on Twitter that it's just flooded with these influencers, and then it's sad people within our own circles are just Jack Lloyd. But anyways,
Jack, come back, Jack. You used to be a good libertarian.
What happened?
Get your Hasbro. You've been, we gotta stage some kind of like intervention, deprogramming.
But yeah, just to reiterate, I think that video is a little bit of a white pill, just talking about how young people and young Jews are just not buying into the propaganda anymore.
Yeah,
unfortunately, people like Jack Lloyd still are for some reason.
Yeah, I mean,
they were so.
She was the Obama speech writer. Okay, this is where they insert people into the political discourse at every single level. The higher up that they go, the more effort they'll put into putting their person in there.
I mean, Netanyahu was highly unpopular in Israel. I mean, I think we played it before October the 7th, like some of these protests that were going on about the West Bank and a lot of.
Well, it's kind of parallels Bush, right? I mean,
right.
Bush was waning in popularity.
Yeah.
up until 9/11, and then it's like, well, you can't get rid of a president during wartime, right? That's bad luck.
Yeah. So it's like, let's stage this event. And it's wild. Like, there was a video of Charlie Kirk, like, when it happened, when he was still kind of going along with the supporting Israel and our greatest ally, but he asked these questions that you dare not ask. Like, wait a minute, for like hours, a country ridiculously smaller than New Jersey, I guess, probably even smaller than New Jersey, for 6 hours, the IDF couldn't respond to couldn't respond to this, and it escalated that much. And Charlie Kirk said there must have been a stand down order for that to happen. And he was like, I've been over there many a times prior, and everywhere you go, there's checkpoints and security and soldiers everywhere, heavily armed. And for that to happen, there had to be stand down orders. It was on that, like, it was on a big podcast. But then after that, it was like, all right.
Not to mention
Charlie,
that
a little
Israel
too close
is known...
to the truth there, because he was highly unpopular, and like what Jared said, you needed that event to, carry out what they've always been wanting to do.
Yeah.
But also gaining support from the populace, like, oh, we're at war now, we got to go along, So, anyways,
old playbook.
Yeah,
it works, but I mean, and just keep in mind also, Israel is known for having the best spy network. They spy on everybody,
right.
U.S., the allies, enemies. They have all the surveillance tech, the malware, the exploding beepers. Like they got all
just
that
like
shit.
literally a couple of months, they have like these exploding beepers, but you couldn't figure out, like, hey, these guys might be coming in with fucking hang gliders and parachutes.
Even though like Egypt warned them, and like I don't know, Jordan warned them, and like other countries are telling them about it, and they're like, yeah,
hey,
we got it, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
we got it.
Right. But then a couple months later, they're like, well, we countered for months. We planned, and we used our we implanted this malware on their cell phones or explosive devices, and we took them out. Like, get the fuck out of here. It was coordinated. They allowed that shit to happen.
So
probably
so what's the future going to look like? I mean, it seems like the narrative is shifting. How far away are we from the Samson option? I guess is the question, right? Like, once if it really collapses, won't they just go straight for the Samson option?
What, just nuke?
Just right, like, oh, you won't defend us. Oh, we're going down. Oh, the United States won't defend us. We're going to nuke you. Europe won't defend us. We're going to nuke you. I mean, that's the strategy for their final, like, if the Israel, as they see it, becomes in jeopardy, right?
The final countdown.
Final countdown.
Sorry,
I need to have that in the.
I mean, what is the way out for this? I want to know how we get from here to a world where let's like. I mean, the Nazis got taken out it took like a whole world war. I hope it doesn't come down to something like that but like, how do these people get stopped? It's just so savage.
I mean, it's got to come from the inside. It's got to come from these
Israel or inside of the United States.
No, inside of, well, I mean, both, right? Like, we got to you got to stop sending money over there. You got to stop supporting the sending of money over there. And then within Israel, they have to, like you were saying, like, he was very unpopular. And then people got caught up in, the propaganda and the emotional response of being attacked. And now it's on them to just get rid of this regime that's running things.
Even if Netanyahu goes, will that?
I don't necessarily mean Netanyahu specifically, but like Likud and the whole the Warhawks, all of that. I mean, there is a progressive. When I say progressive, I don't mean in the sense of in America, but there's like progressive elements within Israel that don't want this stuff to continue. So, but yet it's up to them.
But yet, I think they're a minority. Like
they are a minority.
Situation where the
poll you were talking about,
where
right?
the troops, not that there were some IDF soldiers were exposed for raping Palestinian prisoners, right?
Yeah.
And there was a recent development in this story. Actually, it was so bad that they were prosecuting their own IDF soldiers for rape. Okay. And there was humongous protests about the prosecution.
Mhm.
There was rioting over how dare you do this to our heroes. Of course they had to rape those people. This is what we do. This is the right thing to do, you know. And to the extent where their like head lawyer, I'm sure you saw the stories that a woman, in attempt to kind of calm people down, she released like video evidence of them raping people, right? And just so the opposition, and thinking this will nullify the opposition, right? Like once they actually see this is actually happening, these people are good, and they're gonna allow us to prosecute. We need to prosecute these people, right? But the public was so against them, they thought, well, if I release this information, things will calm down. Okay. She I think she's in jail right now for releasing these documents.
Yeah, I vaguely heard about this. What's the? I guess we can.
So yeah, I mean, they're like, we're going to do something about that. That's for sure. Arrest her. You know, like.
Well, that's the government, though, right?
But my point is, the people supported the IDF in a big way, and even without Netanyahu there, I don't know how much.
I mean, I'm just saying that's the only way that you're going to have a peaceful resolution. That's the only way.
I just feel like their whole military apparatus has to be destroyed or removed or nullified.
Well,
I mean, like they've Syria, Lebanon, Palestine, Yemen. It's like they just constantly keep attacking people all over the place with impunity. I don't know how long it can go on.
Yeah, I mean, dismantling their military apparatus would be pretty difficult, given that literally every person there has served in the military.
Here, I got the docs. This is from
except for like people that immigrated at an old age, I think. But
here's the docs, Babs.
Details of an alleged violent assault. The Israeli military's former chief lawyer has been arrested after admitting to leaking a video which appears to show the abuse of a Palestinian man held in a military detention facility. Middle East correspondent Matthew Doran reports from Jerusalem.
This all dates back to the middle of last year when shocking accusations of abuse were first revealed. A Palestinian man arrested in Gaza and held at the Sde Taman military facility in Israel's Negev desert was allegedly beaten and assaulted by Israeli reservists working as guards at the facility. His injuries were so severe he required major surgery, including to treat a perforated bowel. Initially, 9 reservists were arrested by military police, their supporters protesting that at Sde Taman, some, including right-wing politicians, storming the facility.
Well, hold on,
5
pause this real
reservists
quick.
were charged months later and are awaiting trial for the...
Okay, go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
And obviously not to excuse any of this, but I mean, do you remember Abu Ghraib? There were plenty of Americans that were just like, so what? These are terrorists.
Right. Yeah,
like these are subhuman terrorists.
Savage.
Yeah.
And there's never been any justice on that, as far as I know. Remember
No,
Obama?
I don't think so. I think that one, what was her name? The one female soldier that took the pictures. I think she got something.
Yeah, a few of them after it was leaked, I think, received some.
I have a feeling none of them.
But there were people like, oh, these are American heroes. Like they're these are terrorists. They did 9/11.
Yeah, right. Who got more punishment? The people that did those horrific acts, or the ones who leaked them? Right? Like it's always the leakers.
Yeah, what's his face or her face?
Bradley Manning. / Chelsea Manning.
Chelsea Manning. Yeah.
I mean, it was Bradley Manning who released the files.
Right.
Just I don't. It's no disrespect intended.
You know what? That's ironic because today is one of those made-up days. It's a trans day of not awareness, but of remembrance. I totally forgot about that.
Of remembrance?
God, I hope they find a cure. Yeah.
Well, anyways, let's continue on with the docs.
alleged serious abuse. In addition to the shocking crimes being investigated here, this issue has evolved into a much broader case after the Israeli military's top lawyer admitted she was the one who leaked that video to the press. Major General Yifat Tomer Yerushalmi said she released the sensitive vision to try to protect her own investigators, accused by some of those who protested the arrests of favouring and believing false accusations from Palestinians over the accounts of Israeli soldiers. The threats against her so grave that guards had to be placed outside her home. Tomer Yerushalmi resigned her post late last week and sparked an air and sea search late on Sunday when her family reported her missing and her
she was reported missing.
Then it
car
became
was found abandoned at a beach in Tel Aviv's north. Tomer Yerushalmi was found further along the coast soon after, although police say her phone is still missing and she was arrested on the spot. Her resignation and...
What's that, Babs?
Her phone is still missing.
Right.
Admission is sparking some within Israeli politics to demand that charges against the reservists be dropped. One Israeli minister going so far as to claim her conduct was treason. And while a court will have to decide whether or not she's broken the law, there are reports emerging as to what her motives were, saying that she was deeply concerned about the scrutiny Israel was receiving from organizations such as the International Criminal Court, and she believed that the Israel Defense Forces needed to be seen to properly investigate allegations of serious mistreatment of Palestinians rather than dismissing them or covering them up.
Well, I mean,
it's the most
only
moral
been 2
army
years,
in the world.
but now let's expose the, it's been 2 years, but maybe she thought the time was right to expose war crimes.
If Israel was to continue arguing its conduct,
it just got so bad that even she couldn't deal with it because of the bad PR.
Yeah,
right. Like the PR got out of control, so she thought she finally had to do something.
I had to finally do the right thing.
was justified during the course of the Gaza war. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has focused on the leak of the video rather than the substance of the allegations against the IDF. He says that leak was the most damaging propaganda attack in Israel's history, while Israel...
The worst in history.
The most damaging propaganda. It's a propaganda attack. No, it was your soldiers raping a dude and you got busted. It's not a PR issue, Wow. It's just, everything's just a media op for them. That's all it ever is.
As president, in responding to the calls from some right-wingers for Tomer Yerushalmi's scalp, he says that the rhetoric needs to be dialed down, that it is endangering lives. There are now multiple investigations underway into this incredibly complex and increasingly messy saga.
Wow. All right. Jeez. Well, that was like, that's the news they get down under. We never get that in the United States, but then who knows?
I mean, this story's been widely covered under alternative media, like Gray Zone, etc. But man, I just wonder what the path out is. I'd love somebody to explain it. Although we have had some electoral success, and last.
Well, I mean, what's the path out of the U.S. empire?
Dollar collapse.
This is just the U.S. empire condensed into the size of Delaware and actually engaging in direct genocidal behavior instead of genocide through proxy like the U.S. does, right? So, I mean, only thing that it's up to I hate to sound like a socialist here, but it's up to the people, power to the people, man.
Let's are we supposed to start hosting Houthi fundraisers? Okay. All right. Let's maybe I'll make that why don't we do a Punk Rock Libertarian Christmas
Houthi level
fundraiser for the Houthis, where we actually raise money to send to the Houthis an appreciation for their service. I guarantee that could actually get you arrested.
The IDF is literally gathering our coordinates right now for the space laser.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's called I don't know,
sponsoring terrorism.
Sponsoring terrorism, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not actually doing that. That was a joke.
I'm painting my roof blue this weekend, Babs, because seriously, the space lasers.
Maybe now's a good time to mention the new Patreon level we have for $7,000.
Oh,
Right.
The influence level. The
Yeah. It goes right into my bank.
The $7,000 level for Patreons is now where we'll say things like, "It's not a genocide," or
they're our greatest ally.
Israel has a right to defend itself. Right? Like it's a special level that for $7,000, shit will say.
Yep.
I learned in Bible class, those that bless Israel are blessed.
$7,000 for you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hi.
Well, hey, I mean.
Well, we got someone on.
Well, if you want free money, well, you've got to go back in time and you've got to become a TSA agent because.
Out sick.
Kristi Noem, aka
Border
Barbie, is now issuing $10,000, a $10,000 bonus for TSA workers that worked throughout the shutdown and did not take off a single day. So let's hear what she has to say here.
Rico, I want to present to you a check and say thank you from the American people. Appreciate it. Ashley, thank you. Yes. And
this is for not calling in sick.
All right.
Yep.
Way to go. You did it.
Hi. Yep.
And I like the way you broke that grandma. Good job.
Live there in Houston, Texas, John, as Kristi Noem.
It's a South Park skit. Like, remember the one? It's like, sir, I'm going to need to check inside your asshole.
You got to wonder, like, how did they pick each individual in that lineup? Because they went through a process, right? They had to have the right look. They had to be the right, like.
And wait. I spoke. It says here. So whoever, I don't know who this Nick Sorter guy is. He's a fucking loser.
He's on Beanie Boy Timcast a lot. He's somewhat based, I guess, but I don't know.
Doesn't sound very based. He says Kristi Noem is issuing
not at all.
$10,000 bonus
This
checks
week,
to TSA agents who didn't call out sick during the shutdown.
Much
deserved. I spoke with agents in Portland who were true patriots and were determined to keep doing their jobs, even not knowing they'd get back pay.
Listen.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I rescind that statement, but yeah.
Think of it, though. Think of a TSA job as like a sales job where you have a base salary plus commission. Okay. Now that yes, they didn't get their base commission for a few weeks. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. But they still got all the gold jewelry, all the iPads, all the cash, all the free drugs,
feel ups,
like
right? All the free groping of grandmas. Okay. Yeah. So the real good salesman, they don't care about their base salary. It's all about the commissions, right? So these are the most dedicated. They're like, you know what? I don't need that salary. I'm just going to look for Indian tourists, and I'm going to get their gold hoard. And they went to work with pride.
Right. How many rupees can I come home with?
Yeah, we went when Tara and I went to not Costa Rica, the DR, Dominican Republic, like 3 years ago, and we were at the farmer's market and we got this like really good lotion, but it was like lemongrass, and because you want to have lotion on, but not in the summer because it attracts mosquitoes or whatnot. So keep the mosquitoes away, kind of like a natural insect repellent. But of course that was over the limit, and at BWI they of course brand new large thing but that was over the limit of whatever liquid or lotion.
Well, you don't want Al Qaeda to win, Alex.
I know. Yeah. I mean, you know what? And I was like, motherfucker, if we go to the DR and get like eaten alive by mosquitoes and we come back with malaria, it's just ridiculous.
You know what you should have done though? You had this bottle of lotion. What you could have said, look, while he's patting me down, I'm going to squirt it all over his face.
Well, it was in a jar. It wasn't squirtable, so that would have been effective.
Not squirtable.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, how ridiculous. The fact that it's so sad that these conservatives, i.e. like this individual or people that claim like all these patriots. I remember a time when there wasn't. There was a time when there wasn't the TSA. Remember when you didn't have to get groped, humiliated, take your belt off.
I never even wanted them looking through my bag. To me, that was humiliating.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I going back to that same story when we went on vacation, and they confiscated our lotion. I just remember like there was a bunch of like little. There was a young mother and her husband, or maybe just a young mother and her couple kids, and it was when the Phillies were in the playoffs. So she had a Phillies hat, and I was like, "Yeah, go Phils!" And their kids were going through, and they were just they were traumatized. And after coming through, and it's like, "Oh, collect your stuff," and everybody yelling, like all these TSA agents barking orders, and you could tell these kids were a little on edge. So while Tara and I are at the end, I'm like, hey, it's all good. And told the mother, I was like, hey, kids, you know what? It's all good. There was a time, and not in a not so, distant past, when we didn't have to do this. And the mother just looked at me like, remember that? I'm like, yeah, like, so
it's just remember you could smoke on airplanes.
Yeah, remember that? Remember, you could actually like have your loved ones walk right up to the gate and like wave you. Goodbye while you got onto the plane.
Or you could
like went on vacation.
Or you could like stretch your legs out in front of you and like.
Right.
Well, other countries
remember we were fed more than just pretzels
better.
and a drink.
Like a lot of
Southwest
countries,
pretzels are good as shit.
A lot of countries still have
true.
that. Like we're just like in this shithole end of the world where like we don't get, like if you want to fly, you have to deal with that. Even around the world though, like airports that have direct flights to the US end up having to comply with TSA bullshit anyway. Like, so like it spreads, but like if you're doing like a domestic flight in another country, it can be more like just taking a bus. You show up, you throw your bags on, it's a quick ticketing thing. Nobody cares. Nobody searches you. Nobody, like maybe they run your bags through an x-ray.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Joe, our new fan here. Remember, it's not gay if it's the TSA. But
Classic.
yeah, I remember flying back from when was it? It's probably when I was maintaining Empire, and when I flew out of Japan. I just remember it was a lot more. It was friendly. It wasn't as intrusive. It wasn't just like so aggressive. It was like, yeah, we're checking, but we're not like ultimately humiliating, like a humiliation ritual. But I mean, again, that was like 20 years ago. So who knows? Things have probably changed. To your point, Babs, it's like, well, you have to, if you're flying back to the U.S., you have to comply with TSA, groping and molesting procedures. So
I was at some airport. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was a Canadian airport. I think it was Canadian airport where I got caught with my toothpaste.
Oh no!
And,
how much? Was it fluoride free toothpaste?
No, probably just regular toothpaste, but it was more than 3 ounces. And this was, but it was Canadian, right?
Did you ever hear about the toothpaste bomber, Babs?
Well, anyway, this woman she confiscated it, but I could tell this look of utter horror, embarrassment in her face. Okay. And to me, there is kind of a difference, whereas this rule was imposed upon her, but she was humiliated and horrified to be complying. Whereas like in the US, they're like, we got another one. Woohoo. They're going to cheer and like, they get off on it. Right. Like, they love the thrill of, 3.5 ounces. Gotcha. Like,
yeah. Hey, ridiculous.
Well, at least they got their $10,000. Hopefully they went out and spent it on crack cocaine.
Hopefully
like a good American patriot would do.
So stimulate the economy the right way.
Right. Yeah. Go out and consume and buy something.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I bet you though, watch this new rule go out for everybody now. Somebody else is going to be like, well, they got 10,000, shouldn't I? And then the federal government union will get involved. Next thing you know, everybody's getting 10 grand, right? Like,
well,
I thought, aren't we supposed to get some Trump bucks for something?
Yeah,
2,000. When do those arrive on your? Does it go right to your EBT card or to your central bank digital currency?
Yeah.
Or what's it going to be this time?
Well, hopefully it goes to their EBT cards and they send it to the EBT tier. We do accept EBT here at PRL, right, Jared?
Hopefully I can just Yep.
So
hopefully it can just go right to buying the dip.
We prefer Bitcoin, but we'll take your EBT.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll look it up. When do we get these Trump bucks? The Trump stimulus.
Now, presumably
Did that
we're all
actually
tax
get approved?
filers, so presumably you have to be a tax filer and not make too much money.
Well, yeah, I saw he tweeted something, or not tweeted, but didn't he have a press conference discussing it? But I don't know when.
Trump's $2,000 stimulus check hit new roadblock.
Oh no.
President Trump's proposal to send $2,000 stimulus checks to American households using revenue from tariffs has been met with pushback from key Republican lawmakers.
Because there is no revenue from tariffs.
Yeah.
It's actually destroyed the economy, and everything's even more poor than we were before.
Despite concerns from senior Republicans, Trump has insisted the plans will go ahead, telling a U.S.-Saudi investment forum in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday, "We're going to be doing a dividend, low and middle-income people of at least $2,000. So, yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to low and middle income. They're going to ratchet. Next thing you know, it'll be like $400, whatever. Like, if anything.
He argued that tariffs had generated trillions of dollars for the United States. Yeah. Trillions of dollars to just pay off that debt, right? We could just cancel that debt.
I mean, how many tariffs have been collected? This has got to be public knowledge, right? I'm going to ask Grok. I'm going to mute, though.
Yeah, ask Grok. Find out. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, whatever. This is just a joke.
Here's our Secretary of Treasury discussing it about.
I mean, what was the stimmy that came during COVID? It was like $1,000 or something, but you had to make. But it was like it was like prorated based on how much you made, up to like $80K or something.
I forget. Did I get one?
I've got a result. Do you guys want to hear Grok's opinion on the tariff revenue?
Sure. What do we
got? Repeat that.
About $195 billion in fiscal year 2025. That's a big jump from $77 billion the year before.
195
How come President Trump says it's been trillions? Nothing to say.
Long pause.
Nothing to say. Searching every corner of the internet. We're looking for a possible reason.
Well, searching everywhere. But this was here's our Secretary of Treasury.
Maybe he's happy with tariff dividends, like the $2,000 checks he's talking about for next year. But on revenue, he's been all over the map, claiming trillions in potential windfalls, while his team's calling it incidental in court. Wild, right? What's the full quote you heard?
Yeah, I think that sums it up pretty well. I mean, a couple billion, billions in tariffs, and he's claiming trillions. What's a few zeros, right?
Let's see, a couple bill. What did she say? 15 billion?
150.
150 billion. Let's see. So we're up to. What is this?
38 something.
Why is this crap overlaid on here? What the fuck?
38.
Anyway, it says like 38 trillion, 222 billion, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's really.
Rock was 195 billion.
Oh, wow.
In tariff revenue.
That's really paying down the debt. Well,
he's like, I'm going to give that back to you guys.
Well, here's the Secretary of Treasury discussing it.
Is this the guy that's up for Fed chair?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
There was a Polymarket on that.
Really?
That up. Yeah.
It could,
they have everything on
there. The $2,000 dividend could come in lots of forms, in lots of ways, George. It could be just the tax decreases that we are seeing on the president's agenda. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, deductibility of auto loans. So, those are substantial deductions that, are being financed in the tax bill.
Wow.
It could The
Wow.
$2,000.
That's great. It could come in many forms, guys. It could be, we don't know how this 2000 stimulus is going to be redistributed.
I think it should be hidden inside chocolate bars, right? Like distributed.
Yeah, and then one of them has like a gold stimulus ticket.
Yeah. You got a golden
You got a Trump
stimulus.
Tower. You go to Trump Tower and get.
Yeah. You get to go to Mar-a-Lago. Okay, I'm giving out 7 golden tickets, and you can come down to Mar-a-Lago. Okay, you can come down and we'll.
Dude, you should do that. That would be amazing.
Here's your stimulus. You come on down.
You get to play one round of golf.
We'll play some golf. We'll have a good time. We'll have some.
Stare at some waitresses.
We just saw Naomi just basically do that.
Kid Rock's gonna be there down at Mar-a-Lago. His band. They're gonna play. They're gonna perform for us. It's gonna be a great show.
Oh my god!
You need to come down.
Isn't that what Naomi just did for the TSA? Like handing them like $10,000. Like, here you go. Here's your, like.
That's the golden ticket.
Oh shit. Yeah, apparently.
How about you just give me gold?
That's not
gold.
What is gold
Gold
up to
is
right now?
Still crushing it.
Crushing it.
Speaking
Damn,
of,
maybe Peter Schiff was right. Shit.
Can I use this as another
Maybe it was.
opportunity to
God
push
damn it.
the event coming up in New Jersey?
Yes.
It's BYOB. Be your own bank. And it's in New Jersey, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And we're going to be discussing financial sovereignty involving Bitcoin, gold, and privacy coins. So it's going to be super fun. After party. Hoping NJ Weedman's going to be there. Nothing's, like when you're talking financial independence, of course you think of NJ Weedman. So, but gold, silver, weed.
So gold is currently at 4,067. It's dropped 3% in the last 5 days. So,
ouch. Well, that it's done. Still a better deal than Bitcoin. I think. I mean, gold has probably been better than the S&P, better than Bitcoin.
Well, yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's down on the year now.
Oh no!
And gold is up 53% on the year. So.
And it's shiny, and I think
it looks cool when you put it around your neck.
You can do that,
and on your finger. Look, I got gold on my finger.
Hope
Yeah, here's the best representation of what a stimulus check actually is.
Yeah.
That was in response to Benny Johnson. He was all about it.
What?
But,
listen, I'm all for it. Listen, I mean, this is for anybody that has.
It's more Bitcoin.
I mean,
right.
If we can, inflation sucks for people that don't make a lot of money or don't have any assets, or they have some cash savings. They're the ones that are going to get hit hardest because, as we know, with inflation, wages is the last thing to inflate, right? Yeah. So as the money drops from through the banks, etc., like those with assets, like, oh look, my housing price went up, and everybody's happy about that, right? Like before the wages go up, like, oh, my stocks are up, ooh great, oh, my house value's up, ooh great, like, yeah, I'm spending a lot more at the grocery store, but who cares, right? But the guy that's like spending his whole paycheck at the grocery store is devastated.
Yeah.
So if you can figure out a way to take that $2,000 and put it into something that's going to protect you.
Yeah.
Gold guns.
You could buy half an ounce of gold. You could buy, I don't know,
a gun,
some Satoshis, whatever
some
quantity
ammo
that equates to.
Well, I don't know. Maybe not a.
Do not spend it on, like, I had to my phone broke and I had to get the freaking new orange iPhone. $2,000 for a freaking phone now.
Those Pros?
Oh, geez.
You should go Android, dude. Androids are better.
I tried one once. I thought it sucked too.
I mean, this thing is probably more powerful than that. I think I paid like $1,200 or less. And it's fucking great.
I'm trapped in the ecosystem.
The ecosystem.
There's no way out.
The walled garden.
I'm stuck. I sold my Apple stock right before they invented the iPod. I'd like,
oh, that was
I got through,
man.
I got through the .com crash, and I'm like, oh, my Apple stock had crashed in like 99 or 2000.
I still have my iPod. It's still It still works.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's great,
finally, like the stock had recovered after the .com crash, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting the fuck out of this.
Yeah, dude, I have a little iPod Nano in my car.
Oh, nice.
That I used to, before Bluetooth, I used to like plug it in.
Yeah, the back is so scratched up. I forget which one this was. I think this was like the last year they made it.
Well, this was a miracle device because, I mean, the young kids won't know this, but it was the radio or CDs at best.
Oh man, and you can't.
Well, remember having to carry around a Walkman?
And
then you'd bump up against something and like
anything.
and
You'd walk
skip.
and it would skip.
Well, the Walkman was supposed to be designed so you could walk, but then like if you actually like set it down fast or like dropped it, like you were like the CD was fucked.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh man, yeah.
But being able to plug in the iPod into the car to me just changed like the whole driving experience in such a more positive way.
Yeah. Yeah, it was and then then
cars
Bluetooth.
didn't even have an input. Like when I first started plugging in the iPod, like we had an Odyssey minivan.
You had a tape cassette.
It did. No, it had
did you have the little
tape.
cassette with the fucking cable coming off of it?
No, I never had to do that, luckily. But what it did have,
I definitely did
because
that,
it was a
dude.
Minivan. it had like video and audio inputs all the way in the back for your kid's gaming system. Okay, so like I was able to actually route a wire to my iPod all the way back to the back of the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Input this. I'm like, this was just, this is the best. You know, like 4 gigabytes of whatever I want to listen to. Wow.
Dude, I think this one's a 64, maybe. Yeah, so it was like basically all the music. It was amazing. I'm charging it up.
Dude, I had one of the
We'll go through the catalog in the after hours.
I bought one of like I think it might have been like the 2nd gen one. The thing, I think it only held like 500 megabytes. Maybe it was a gig. And the thing was like this thick.
Oh, the first.
Yeah, it was like this. It was like a fucking brick.
Yeah.
And like the actual scroll wheel was like a mechanical scroll wheel.
Yeah. I remember that. Dude. My boy Brendan had one of those. He was like,
I saw it in a 50-cent video, and I was like, dude, I gotta get one of those. So like, I found it on eBay.
I think I was too broke at the time, but
I was in high school. I somehow like scraped together like $120 or something to like get it.
I had
dude,
to wait
$120 bucks back then was like.
Remember the Mini, which was a little bit more compact version.
Yeah,
or it was a lot more compact.
Yeah, man. I mean, those things were they were game changers.
Yeah, that was the one plant-based.
The Walkman Sport.
Yeah, it won't skip.
And then I remember Microsoft, I think it was, came out. I think it was Microsoft. Or maybe it was like Samsung. Like some company came out with like a video. It was like instead of an MP3 player, it was like an MP4 player. It was like a video player. And this was like before smartphones and all that shit. So like I could watch videos when I was like on the bus, going to like a sporting event. It was fucking awesome. I had like Harold and Kumar on there, I remember.
Nice. Yeah, I was like before. What was like the first?
That was when gadgets were like cool.
Players. Yeah.
Before they started like spying on you, when they were actually like
they worked
really
for you.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, isn't that? Isn't that?
Those were the days.
I wish I could go back, man.
Seriously. Before
depressing.
All the smartphones and.
Speaking of depressing, if you want to stop being depressed, you should subscribe to our Patreon, where you can view the after hours, which we are about to head over to. For as little as $3 a month, you can get access to all of our episodes, all the backlog episodes, and our live episodes, which we do, and we send out the link, and you can hop on and comment and all that good stuff. We've also got t-shirts at libertariancountry.com. Use code PRL to save 5%. And yeah, until next time, live free.
Or die.